we have studied about the Coulomb's law. Is that clear? The Coulomb's law is define the force between the two charged particles. The force, repulsion and attraction force between the two charged particles. We know that the similar charge have a repulsion between them and the dissimilar charge have attraction. Then the magnitude of force between them is defined by the Coulomb's law. Is that clear? Basically, the force between the two charged particles is defined. We know that Q1 and Q2, which have separation of R, then the force between them, according to the Coulomb's law. Basically, Coulomb's law is applicable for a point or a static charge. Coulomb's law is applicable for a point charge. This is the limitation of Coulomb's law. We can say that Coulomb's law is the limitation of Coulomb's law is it will be applicable for point charge or the static charge. The Coulomb's law is applicable only for the static charge or a point charge. Okay. The magnitude of force between the two charges, according to the Coulomb's law is defined as F is directly proportional to Q1 and Q2. Yani it will be directly proportional to the product of charge. It will be directly proportional to the product of charge. Is that clear? And it will be the inversely proportional to the square of separation between them. It will be the inversely proportional to the square of separation between them. And it always will be acting along the line of joining. That means the force applied by the Q1 on Q2 is F12 and the force applied by the Q2 on Q1 is F21. Is that clear? The magnitude of Q1 and 12 are the same, and this one is defined as the force between the charged particles, because the Coulomb's force is the mutual force between the charged particles. Coulomb's force is the mutual force between the charged particles, and it is defined the product of the charge and square of separation between them, and it will be always acting along the line of joining. It will be always acting along the line of joining. Is that clear? That means we can say that F is directly proportional to the Q1 and Q2 upon R square. Is that clear? Now we can say that if the proportional sign will be removed from the system, then we have a constant, and this constant is F will be equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square, and then K will be equal to, K is the electrostatic constant. K is the electrostatic constant. K is the electrostatic constant. Is that clear? K is the electrostatic constant which have value of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. K will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught will be equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9. It will be equal to the 9 into 10 to the power 9, and the unit of the electrostatic constant is Newton into meter square by Coulomb square. Newton into meter square by Coulomb square. Is that clear? Then now next point is that कि आपके पास सिंपल फॉर्म में यदि अपन देखें तो दिस इज द कांस्टेंट, दिस इज द परमिटिविटी ऑफ फ्री स्पेस, दिस इज द परमिटिविटी ऑफ फ्री स्पेस. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. Free space for the air, and which have value of 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square and Newton into meter square. Is that clear? That's why if we put the epsilon naught will be equal to 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12, then the value of electrostatic constant is 9 into 10 to the power 9. Then electrostatic constant is defined for a free space only. This is electrostatic constant, it will be 9 into 10 to the power 9 is defined for the free space, not the medium. Free space or the air. Air, we can say that K will be equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9. Is that clear? Chaliye. Now, write out the definition of, the statement of Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is defined that attraction and repulsion force between the charged particle, between the point or a static charged particle is defined the product of the charge and the square of separation between them and the line along the line of joining between them. These three statements will be, first is the force is directly proportional to the product of the charge. Second is it will be square or inversely proportional to the separation of the charge. And third, it will be always acting along the line of joining. Is that clear? Screen pause कीजिए और ध्यान से लिख लीजिए. Now, according to the Coulomb's law, the force between the two charged particles is F equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Is that clear? Now, or you can say that F will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. And this is the permittivity of free space. ठीक है? Epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. Now, if the medium is present between the charge, if Q1 and Q2 point charge have separation of R, if a dielectric medium, a medium is present between them having a permittivity of epsilon. This is the permittivity of free space, epsilon is the permittivity of medium. Then the force between the charged particle. Now the medium does not affect between the separation and it does not affect on the magnitude of charge. It's only affected by that. This is the permittivity of free space and this will be replaced by the permittivity of medium. Now the force between the charged particle is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon. Epsilon naught की जगह क्या आ जाएगा? Epsilon and then Q1 Q2 upon R square. Is that clear? Clear है? कोई डाउट है इसमें किसी को? चलिए हम आगे चलते हैं इसमें कि then F will be equal to, or then epsilon will be equal to, epsilon is the permittivity of medium. This is the permittivity of medium. ठीक है? And this is defined as epsilon naught and epsilon r. This is defined as epsilon naught into epsilon r, and then epsilon r is the relative permittivity. This is the relative permittivity, or we can say this is the dielectric constant. This is the relative permittivity. This is the relative permittivity. This is the relative permittivity, or we can say that this is a dielectric constant. Is that clear? This is a dielectric constant. Clear? Then force between them is this. Then Fm will be defined as any force between the charge on a medium is defined as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon. Epsilon will be equal to the epsilon naught epsilon r, and then Q1 Q2 upon R square. ठीक है? Then from equation first and second, we define the Fm will be equal to P F will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. And Fn will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon R. The epsilon R terms is different from the F. That you can say Fn will be equal to F upon epsilon R. Then by putting the medium, it will be effectively decreased. The force between the charge is effectively decreased because epsilon have minimum epsilon R the minimum value in air. 1 for air or free space. Is that clear? And for infinite for matter. For metallic system. Is that clear? Please स्क्रीन पोस्ट कीजिए और बता लीजिए आप लोग. Now we have studied about the partially filled dielectric between the charges. फर्स्ट हमने जो डिफाइन किया था जब फ्री स्पेस में फोर्स था, फ्री स्पेस में फोर्स जो था वो था आपके पास में K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Is that clear? And second आपके पास में when the medium completely filled medium, ठीक है, then the force is K Q1 Q2 upon epsilon R into R square. Is that clear? Now we can say that कि effectively यदि अपन इन दोनों को कंपेयर करें, बेसिकली इन दोनों इक्वेशंस को अपन कंपेयर करते हैं तो हमारे पास में क्लियरली डिफाइन होता है कि K Q1 Q2 यहाँ पे कितना है K Q1 Q2 they have a same but the separation according to the Coulomb's law we can say that the force between the charged particle is inversely proportional to the square of separation. Now the effective separation will be decreased by fill the medium. The effective separation is decreased, or we can write that Q1 Q2 upon root of epsilon R into R का whole square. Is that clear? Now the separation is R. In the free space, the separation is R, and when medium is filled, then the separation is root of epsilon R into R. Is that clear? Then now we define that Q1 Q2, the force between the charge. If at T thickness, we partially filled dielectric, that means T thickness, a slab of T thickness and the epsilon R dielectric constant. Then now the effective separation between them, the effective separation between the charge, the effective separation between charge is R dash will be equal to effective separation, that means in the vacuum the separation of vacuum या free space is R minus T is the vacuum, ठीक है, and in the medium have a T thickness, and the medium the effective separation will be decreased out or increased out root of epsilon R times. यानी यहाँ पर जो दो चार्जेस के बीच का जो इफेक्टिव सेपरेशन इंक्रीज हो रहा है डाइलेक्ट्रिक मीडियम फिल करने पर क्या हो रहा है रूट एप्सिलॉन आर टाइम्स हो रहा है. अब यहाँ पर अपने कितना विड्थ का रखा है केवल टी विड्थ का, तो कितना इंक्रीज हुआ आपके पास बेसिकली ये जो इंक्रीज हुआ है वो कितना इंक्रीज हुआ है रूट ऑफ एप्सिलॉन आर प्लस रूट ऑफ एप्सिलॉन आर इनटू टी, क्योंकि ये तो फ्री स्पेस का है ये तो आएगा ही आएगा, और ये जो है ये कितना हो गया root epsilon r into t. Then the force between the charges F dash will be equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R dash का square, and then we write that q1 q2 upon r dash is r minus t plus root of epsilon r into t का whole square. This is the force between the charge medium. रुक दिया, ठीक है। तो यहां पर अपन ये देख सकते हैं f dash will be equal to क्या हो गया, k q1 q2 upon this one in square, ठीक है। तो ये होता है partially filled, यदि completely filled है तो डायरेक्टली ये हो जाएगा। अब हमें पता है कि जैसे डाइलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड करोगे effective separation between the charge will increase at root of epsilon r times, then effective separation will be increased and force between the charges decrease. Is that clear? तो ये आपके पास partially filled होता है, ठीक है। इसके बाद में अपन वेक्टर रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ कूलम्ब्स लॉ पढ़ेंगे। बेसिकली नीड है कूलम्ब्स लॉ, कूलम्ब्स लॉ से इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक स्टार्ट होती है बेसिकली, ठीक है। चलिए अब नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में इसकी आगे